that you'll want to write down for each of the speakers. But today's about giving you tools so that you feel like you can find those routines, those systems to help you generate momentum with your one brand, your two brands, or your three brands, and Sincerely Sam. So, to get things started on the right note, let's welcome Star Director Jessica Akers from Willis, Virginia to the stage. She's going to talk about Chord 1.
That's what I sing when I get off the treadmill every night. Baltimore, home of the champions, right? They only won because they were purple. I'm just saying. Let's just be honest. So my name's Jessica. I'm here from Virginia, and I left my 3 babies. So everybody give a hand so that the video can say hi to them. Hi, so I'm going to talk to you guys today about keeping the party simple. I really hate being on that humongous screen. Thanks. So what's in it for you? Why do you want to hear this today? What you want to get out of this, we want to make a system that will keep your parties simple. We want to make them more fun. We want to make them easier to duplicate. And we want to generate higher sales. Who wants higher sales? Okay, so you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Every time you go to a party, you want to keep the wheel rolling. You want to make it simple. Am I making that noise? Is that me? We want to keep the wheel rolling. So the first thing, parties should be fun. You want to make your guests feel welcome. You want them to be at ease. You want them to enjoy themselves. Parties are fun, and that's your job. So the first thing you want to do to make your parties fun is to arrive early. And when you get there, you don't want to have a bajillion things. You don't need to have every single item in the catalog. You get a really awesome starter kit, and that's all you really need. Take 1 or 2 bags. You want to go from the car to the table in one trip. You don't want to pull up with, a whole truck full of stuff. It's too overwhelming for yourself and for the hostess. And the customers are not going to think about joining your team if they see you with every single item and they think that it's hard to do. You want to make your display nice and neat and simple by using the products that come in your kit, and you can rise some things up, make them a little bit taller using risers, and by risers I mean be cheap and use the box that the warmer came in, and put the tablecloth over it. Nobody will ever know, and they'll think that you're so creative. And in your Grace Adele kit, obviously you're going to get that cool little thing that raises the purse holder. What's that called? Okay, so next you want to greet your guests as they arrive. When your guests are coming in, since your display was so easy to set up, you are free to be greeting your guests. So when your guests come in, you can say, "Hi, I'm Jessica Akers, and I'm your Cincy Family Consultant," whichever brand you're going to say, obviously. "I'm so glad you're here." Ask them their name. Am I supposed to switch? Sorry, guys. It's not up there to switch.
Jessica, look at your monitor.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're greeting guests. Yes. So, "Hi, my name's Jessica. I'm so glad to meet you. What's your name?" Ask them their name. Connect with them right there. And I'm going to go to the next slide because I have a really cool tip for you guys. I'll go back to that. When you forget someone's name, say, "What was your name again?" And they'll respond with their first name, albeit somewhat her that you forgot. But you can say that word for me. Empathetic. That. Reply, no, your last name. So relieved, they'll happily oblige, and you now know both of their names, and they think that you're sweet and kind and you remember their name, so use that trick. Repeat it back to them when they say their name. "Laura, oh my gosh, I have a friend named that. I won't forget that one. I'm so glad that you're here today, Laura." That's going to help you remember it for later. Be sure to show them your party packets We're going to talk about that a little while later, but before you lift your house, I want you to pack up some little party packets. I'll show you a picture here in a few minutes. Party packets are important. Make sure that they grab one of them on their way in while you're introducing yourself and talking to them and walking them to the party. The party packets. So involve the guests. The first thing I like to do when I start a party is to thank the hostess. I want to call her up to the front with me. I'm going to tell her name. This is Harriet, hostess, and I'm so glad that you came to her home today. I'm so thankful that she's hosting this party, and I want to give her a few compliments. And I'm going to say, maybe Harriet hostess was a dream to get a hold of. Every time I needed to tell her about a special or share something that's going on in the Cincy family, I could get a hold of her. So you want to be really specific with thanking her and saying what an awesome person she is. She's your princess. You want to make her feel like she is the queen. She's super important. She's the greatest person on the planet. Because why? Then all the customers and guests at the party want to be just like her. Everybody wants to be the queen. And so when you make her feel really special, that's actually not only, obviously you do think she's special and you love her and you're thankful, but it's making the other guests at the party want to be like that. So they are going to book parties. So you're getting bookings there. The next thing I like to do is to give the hostess, a little gift, really inexpensive. It could just be, something tiny, whatever you want to give them, a cent circle, something. And talk about the hostess awards. And go into detail when you do this, because when you're, sometimes if you've ever said, oh, you can earn 10%, well, 10% doesn't really seem like a lot. So I like to actually go into detail and say, at a $150 party, she's going to get a half-price item and $15 free product, and you guys are all going to get free shipping. So at that point, they're like, oh, I ordered this, and so then they start doing math, and they're like, oh, I think I can host a party because I can get that free stuff. So make sure you put it in dollar amount. That's really important. Then you want to start involving the guests. Like I said, make sure that everyone has a party packet. And party packets are just what you're seeing here on the screen. It's a catalog, order form, host brochure, join brochure. That little thing you see sticking out the top, that's my my calendar. And I highlight the dates on that calendar for the following month that I want to book. That way they see that date already. It's in their folder and they get it. You can use binders or lap boards or anything you want to, but I just use folders. It's easier for me. But you want to put anything in this little party packet before you leave your house. You're going to make one for every guest. And that way you have it all in there. And you can even put your little pin in there. See, I put the pin in the middle. That way they have everything in their hand. And anything you want to get in front of them, if you forget to say it, like I'll probably forget some stuff today, it's in the packet. So they probably saw it. So you're including the guests by asking them questions. You can go through and say, pick certain people. Say, have you tried Grace Adele yet? Obviously, it's Grace Adele party. What course is your favorite? What clutch do you like to do with that? You really want to involve them and listen to them and hear them and feed those wants and desires. If you hear somebody just talking about how they're going to die if they don't get a Shelby bag, but then later on you don't think that they're ordering it because I don't know, whatever, they can't afford it or whatever, you can book parties and you can grow your team that way. So really listen to the stuff that they love. You're going to pick up a few items out of your display, and again, involve the guests. You can pass them around. Make sure that everybody's getting to touch the items and smell them, and, well, if it's blotted, they can taste them. Okay, I can't see it, so it doesn't hurt. So make sure that you're involving the guests. The third thing that you want to do is to close the sale. You never want to leave the party wondering, I wonder if she's going to host a party. I wonder if she wanted to order that. Maybe she was going to buy something, but I didn't ask her. I didn't do an upsell. You don't ever want to have to worry about that, so make sure that you close the sale. And what I do to close a sale is to set up a little checkout station, and I tell them, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1, you're going to drop off your order form with me. And then number 2, you're going to go enjoy the party. Mingle, smell every tester 10 times if you want to, play in my Layers products, eat a bunch of chocolate, enjoy the party and have fun. And number 3, come to me when you're ready and make sure you bring me your wish list. Your wish list was in there, but somebody's hurrying me, so I can't tell you all about it. But make sure that they write, what? No rush, just 5 minutes. So when you're doing your checkout process, you want to look at their wish list that you have in there, and you have told them already to write down everything that they love. This is not their order form, this is their wish list. They wrote down everything they love, so that when you're looking at their order form, you can see they had 3 or 4 more things on their wish list that never made it to their order form. So you can upsell by saying, hey, did you know that if I put this in this package, we can get, and it's only blah, blah, blah more dollars. So it's a really good way to upsell if you have that wish list and you know what they really wanted. So you're serving your guests. You're serving your guests by that upsell. So I don't want you to think that you're being pushy, and I don't want you to feel like you're doing anything that you shouldn't do, because an upsell is just as good for the guest as it is for you. So we've talked about serving the hostess, we've talked about serving the guests, and I want to tell you a little story about serving and how everyone can make a difference with how they serve their customers. I'm probably going to read this a lot because it makes me cry. So this is a true story about serving others with our own unique talents and gifts. There was a young man named Johnny, and he worked at a grocery store. He was a bagger. Just kidding, you guys. I forgot to do my slides. Whatever. He worked at a grocery store, and he attended a company conference very similar to this. And the speaker said, every one of you can make a difference and create memories for your customers. That will motivate those customers to come back. How? You put your personal signature on everything you do. You put your personal signature on that job. Think about something you can do to make them want to come back. So about a month later, that speaker got a phone call, and it was from Johnny, that little bagger. And Johnny said, I really liked what you talked about, and I really want you to know that you made an impact on me. At first, I didn't think that I could do anything special for our customers because I'm just a bagger with Down syndrome. But then I had an idea, Johnny said. Every night, I come home from work and I find a thought for the day. And Johnny would write down that thought, and his dad would help him type it out on the computer and cut it up into multiple copies, and he would cut them and he would sign his name on the back of every copy. And then the next day, he would take those to work with him. And every time he would finish bagging someone's groceries, he would drop that thought for the day into their bag, and he'd say, thank you for shopping with us. We really appreciate it. So about a month later, that speaker that told him to make that difference in his life got a phone call from the manager. And the manager said, you're not going to believe what's going on in our store. Johnny has made such a difference. He said, I came to do my rounds a couple days ago, and Johnny's line was all the way to the back of the store, all the way to the frozen food aisle. And the manager said, so I quickly got on and I said, more lines open, we need more cashiers. And people started running to open more lanes, but none of the customers would change lanes. They all wanted to be in Johnny's lane. And they all said, no, that's okay, we'll wait. We want to be in Johnny's lane. And so another customer, the manager was telling the story and said he got a lump in his throat because a customer said, I used to stop at this store about once a week, but now I stop every day. Every time I go by, I stop because I want to get Johnny's thought for the day. He makes a difference in my day. And so the speaker was pleased. And still another month went by, and the manager called again, and he said, our entire store has been transformed. He said, customers are talking about us, and they're bringing their friends, and everybody wants to shop at our store because a spirit of generosity has just enveloped our store, and it's a different place. He said the floral department, if they have a broken flower, they go and find an elderly lady or a little girl, and they pin it on her and make a little corsage. He said everyone is just making a difference in the lives of others and creating memories. So our customers are multiplying, they're coming back, and they're bringing their friends. So I want you to think about what you can do to be a Johnny.
What can you do? I'm going to cry. This is ridiculous. I cannot say anything without crying. What can you do for your hostesses, for your customers, and for your team members to make a difference in their lives and to be more like Johnny? Everyone can serve, and everyone can make a difference. Martin Luther King Jr. said, everyone can be great because everyone can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics and physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. Your party guests and your hostesses will become lifelong customers of yours when you find ways to serve them. So today we talked about serving your guests by making them feel comfortable and showing them a fun time. We served the hostess by showing her appreciation and awarding her with a small gift, as well as our amazing, generous hostess plan. And we served the customers by showing them ways to save money with combo packs and upselling them and helping them book their own party. I'm so glad that I joined Cincy. I don't think that anyone was ever pushy to make me join, so I don't want anybody else to ever feel like they're pushy when they're offering all of these opportunities, these bookings, and recruiting. I don't like to call it recruiting, sponsoring. I don't want you to feel pushy. You're sharing something really special. So aren't you guys glad that your sponsor shared it with you? And I am too. So make sure that you're out there sharing it. Thank you. And I'm sorry I forgot to do the slides.
Stay up here.
Oh, did I go too long?
No. Remember, do questions.
Oh, I thought I was in trouble.
All right, I told the speakers that they had to stay up here a little bit because we're going to ask some of the questions that you asked of us, things that you were hoping to learn from Spring Sprint. So I thought rather than me trying to answer that, it must be better to have the consultant speakers. So I've got a couple of questions from the audience, from you guys, to ask Jessica about parties and sales. So, Jessica, here is your first question. And this is from another Jessica. Awesome. Jessica Manjack, are you here? Make some noise because we can't see your hand. Jessica from Bethlehem. She came a long way.
I think Bethlehem was her last name.
Oh, was
I
it?
think it was hyphenated.
They're expecting 24 inches of snow today up there.
Oh, are they? So she probably was one of those that got caught up. Well, her question was, how do I attract customers without pestering people?
If you're a customer and you ran out of Cincy, would you be more upset that your consultant didn't call you and help you order more Cincy, or more upset that you were sitting at home in a stinky house? Right? Call them. I mean, it's just that simple. Just share it everywhere, tell everybody, and call your customers. Just give that support.
You know, I have to support that because my wife is a customer of Cincy, and she talks to her consultants about calling her on a regular basis because she wants to buy. Guess how many of them have done that?
9.
Well, she's on her 8th consultant.
And she's at the home office, right?
To her,
you guys live right there.
To her, it's pestering when you don't call her every other month because she wants to buy. So do you see how it's a shift in your mind? Your customers want to buy. Okay, next question. This is from Sarah Finnerty from York.
Where's Sarah?
Sarah, are you here?
She's from New York?
From York. It said York.
Oh. Probably snowed her too.
All right, her question is, I would like to know how to get people excited about booking a party.
Be excited about booking parties. It's really that simple. You're going to share the hostess plan, like we talked about. You're going to share your open dates on that little calendar that you put in your party packet. And you're going to share all the generous hostess plans so that she understands how exciting it is. And now that we have these new hostess exclusive, exciting. That's what you have to do. That's all you have to do is be excited. Act like a super goober like me.
All right. Thank you, Jessica. Didn't Jessica do a great job?